So welcome back everyone. It's been a while since I did a video here. I wanted to do this one because it seems that the market's actually getting hot again, and today the stock that I wanted to talk about is Wish. Now before we go any further, if you guys could please subscribe and leave a like, that would help out the channel a lot since we're still trying to grow and get this channel on its legs. Right now we're actually looking at Wish, currently up 6% after hours. There's a lot of rumors circling that the stock is going to be the next AMC, the next GME, whatever you want to call it, and the volume is pointing towards that. It does have 15% short interest according to Fintel, so we'll see how that pans out exactly. As you can see, I did buy a position earlier. Full disclosure on that, I did buy the morning dip. I bought around 11.73, and then I bought a little bit higher as I noticed that SPY was going up. Well, so I noticed that the morning flush, the morning flush you get when you first enter a trade, you can check here. Here it is. Stock to open up, dipped a little bit, then went to 12.25. Then I bought essentially around here, as I noticed that the market was going up and decided to, I've been trying to get into stock in the low 10s. However, I wasn't able to find that entry, and nor I don't think I'll be able to ever probably see that entry again, because the chart on Wish has a very, very long range. This is the max, probably not the best chart to use for this. Here, the first it IPO'd, went quickly to, first it went down and it went quickly 23, then it dropped 18, and then we get an all-time high of 32. Since then, it's just been a slow downtrend. And then recently, since June, we've been seeing a bit of a rise. First, we saw June 8th, we saw large increase, 17%, with 74 million volume. Then we saw 123 million, and then we saw a high for that day of 1765, which I actually believe it was pre-market. Now, the fundamentals of this company are actually not quite bad at all. If you go to their investors page, you can see the highlighted 2020 revenue was 2.5 billion. That was 34% growth year over year. They have 107 million average users. That was 19% growth. Cash 2 billion, always great. That amount of cash is very good, I will say. And then you can see the partner, the merchants. So these are just mostly the local highlights of the things to do. Now, they didn't provide much guidance in this presentation, or at least I couldn't find much info, at least, but they did provide with other information such as the addressable market, which is TAM. They're saying that the addressable market in 2019 was 3.4 trillion, but the one in the addressable market in 2024 is going to be 6.3 trillion. So this is a mobile e-commerce, or is expected to grow by 71% by 2024. So that's a pretty large amount. Now Wish shows like it could be a really a very like a great competitor. The only issue that I have with Wish, all these things about it look really great. I mean, the revenue growth, the increase in customers, it looks okay. It looks just fine. Here they were projecting what is this for year-over-year growth for logistics and marketplace. They had a pretty good amount of growth. They had 209% growth in 2016. That's crazy. I almost stuttered there a little bit. So yeah, they have a good. It looks like they have a good track record when it comes to growing their revenues. But what I wonder is how good is that customer, or that consumer retention? Because if anyone's familiar with Wish, they're not really known for their products. They're more known for basically the memes that comes out of them, because Wish does offer really cheap things. The only issue is that it's a little deceiving at first. Like if you just search Wish memes, this is a funny part about it, because a lot of people are talking about it being a meme stock. Wall Street Bets, Twitter. Wish could be the perfect meme stock. Like this thing, if we're talking really meme, this thing has potential, and it has essentially a high short interest rate. That's 15% shorts. Could be a little higher now, who knows. And then you have the actual memes. These memes are very old, but as you can see, the first thing you search, what you get is literally just the memes that were like where you order something and it's completely different than what you ordered. I remember this in 2015, 2016, I believe, where all these memes were just going around about Wish. So that's something to keep in quality. I mean, if this company were actually a long-term hold, I would say is a short-term hold. But I mean, if you enter in a very low cost basis, I mean, you could pretty much see it out. But of course, what we're knowing for is what is actually whether this wants to turn into a meme stock or not. If they could just improve the quality of their products, or maybe just adjust their sellers requirements a little bit more, they could actually possibly be a very successful company. That's what I feel the only issue is that Wish has, that the quality of the products are not really that good. But then again, you did get it for really cheap. So I mean, they could just appeal to that marketplace where, hey, this is a really place to get really good cheap things that somewhat work. So that could be out. But as if we're looking at Wish to do some technical analysis here, currently after hours it's going really nice. It's going really nice. I would say this is a very bullish pattern so far. I mean, you could see if we want to draw something. I'm trying to figure out the drawing thing, but it's sometimes it's difficult to figure it out. Yeah, I really hate Weeble is sometimes a little difficult to get around. I always forget which one is the one that allows you to draw. But let me do this right here. So far, what we're seeing right here is lower lows, higher highs, or I'm sorry, higher highs, lower lows. Here you have the first. There you get the first high, then you get the first low, then of course you're still in a little bit of consolidation pattern. Then you get technically another high right here, but I don't know if you count it as a double high. But then here, this is the best pattern right here: higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. And obviously, probably here, this is the high for today in the after hours, and of course, the low will probably not go below this amount right here as the pattern dictates, but it should continue to go. Today was a really high volume day. I mean, currently we're at 328 million volume. That's pretty crazy. Today was a move from 11. Today the low was 11.51, and now we're seeing 14 after hours. So it's crazy what's going on here. I'm currently up 21%. Now, as to what I'm looking for, well, I'm pretty much at a pretty comfortable position when I bought this morning's dip. I mostly bought it for a day trade, but now that I'm looking a little bit more into it and what's going on, and if it has meme potential, now I'm thinking of holding it